Hi everyone, hi viewers. Welcome to our podcast. This is as I told you already. There's going to be a new thing that on Thursdays, me, LK, and Omar will sit down and we talk about healthcare management. And we brought on LK, who's a new guy to the podcast. He's our duty manager. He's managing team of talent as a service resources. But I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi everyone. As Gleb already told you, the Liaquat is LK. I'm managing the talent as a service department where we are working with the medical practices nationwide, provide them the resources that are working on the back end office work and on the front desk as well. And being a MD help tech manager in operations, we are always on our toes, making sure that we can cover as much possible for our clients, which are basically the medical practices nationwide.
Okay, great. And then Omar, you already know him. He's been here for a while, creating a lot of podcasts with me already. And me, Gleb as a host. The topic of today's podcast came to my mind since I was talking to some of our potential customers and I was researching online and I saw that a lot of people are afraid of outsourcing. And I understand they have to trust their patient's data to somebody, some third party. And this is why kind of I wanted to talk about it today to if there's a risk of this, how big of a risk, or they should not be worried. So, and I made a list of questions that we're gonna go and kind of like structure the conversation that way. So let's start with the first one. What are the specific fears or misconceptions that you saw doctors typically have about outsourcing?
Basically, there are so many of the misconceptions out there from mainly that is from the practices, right? In general, is it from the practices? They think, that their data may not be secure, right? Which includes, their patient data, their clinical data that is not secure. And on the other side, the other misconception, a biggest misconception that the practices has, that we are a competitor to their in-house staff, right? The huge misconception, because the data that we are accessing, that we do not ask any of our client that to install any of our softwares on their systems, or give they give us access through our softwares to their EMR, EHR, or any other portal. We use what they're already using. They create logins for us with a limited access to that. Plus, we are HIPAA compliant. We make sure that our every data that is coming to us is secure, right? And the other one we talk about, the practice, we are not competitor. We are extension to the existing team. We basically are dedicated remote staff for them, which are working their back end office work. So when the regular staff, the in-house staff, they have more time on hand to go and look into the more productive task that is been lingering on for a very long time due to the processes that they has to go through. Like, let's say for instance, there is a nurse practitioner, right? And her name is Juanita. Now Juanita is doing the odds. She is adding the referrals. She is doing the insurance eligibilities for that same 20 odds, right? And she is also meeting with the patients and the doctors, taking the doctor notes and then putting that in the EMR, filling up the patient charts at the same time, right? And dealing with the calls that she is getting. Now, she's a human being. She can do one task at a time, all right?
Mhm.
As of what we do, we basically work as an extension to Juanita. We make Juanita more productive in house, where she is a face of the practice when people are down there. And we are on
And
a back end. We are taking care of the odds. We are taking care of the referrals and the insurance eligibilities and everything else.
and kind of wanted to follow up on this though. You just mentioned that you mentioned that you're an extension. But I know, like, from what I hear, a lot of in-house stuff gets like threatened by you because, like, obviously you are like in their eyes seen as a threat for some reason because somebody else coming into and doing their job, and they're afraid of you. So how do you overcome those fears, and how you build trust with healthcare providers, which is like front desk stuff?
With our experience and with our experiments so far, right, the only way that they can overcome that fear is when they start working with us, right? We basically learn from them. We do not bring anything of our new. We're not asking them to follow us. We ask them to hold our hand and walk us through. We have the expertise. We can do it on our own as well. But we want the practice to to take us and walk us through. They hold our hand and walk us through and give us just a quick SOP session, and we will be good to go. And after that, we will stay in communication with them. With our expertise so far and the clients that we have been partnered with, they're even upsizing rather than downsizing.
Okay. Okay, got it. And moving on to next question, like doctors have to get comfortable with outsourcing. Like, let's say I'm a doctor and I'm running a clinic, I'm a manager, I'm not outsourcing anything, but I see that probably we should start outsourcing something. And maybe Omar, you can speak on that because you have some experience in this area. Like, what should I focus on outsourcing first?
So it's a very delicate mix, Gleb. When you are outsourcing, you definitely need to see yourself. The doctor knows the strength and the need of help for their local staff is very important. If you are doing 30 prior auth, as LK said before, right? I would say the backend tasks can easily be outsourced or to be given to the company who do one thing, but they do very best and do one thing, right? For example, we do prior auths, we don't do billing, we don't do anything else. Prior auths, eligibility, and also prior authorization, eligibility, referral checks, those three things. And also we are taking the phone calls, right? So outsource those tasks. They are very important. Plus, what you said before, Elke said, the trust, the relationship, giving the team the comfort that it will enhance their productivity, increase the revenue of the practice. By doing so, I think so you can create a good inclusive team of onshore and offshore or an outsourcing where they can work together to produce better service, better relationship with the patient, because at the end we need to improve the relationship with the patient.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, got it. Doctors, and I mean practice managers, they see that there are risks, and like nobody's saying that there are no risks. And I assume you as a company, you take some steps to mitigate the risks of outsourcing. How do you do this? How you mitigate the risks? How you identify them? And yeah, kind of just can you answer me those like the risk related questions? How do you deal with them?
uh, Risk, if you're talking about in the healthcare management, and me and LK will both speak about it, is the biggest. We have done a couple of podcasts also, that when you get a resource from us, we will never leave you alone high and dry. Biggest slogan that we have.
Hmm.
If we provide you a resource for any reason, that resource is not in the office, we will provide you a backup resource for no additional cost. So in fact, when you train a resource on our side, you are training three resources. One is the primary resource, along with the backup resource who will be getting trained in the always be available in absence of primary. Also, a duty manager will be getting trained just in case, God forbid, something happened. Duty manager can jump in and help. And I think so, LK, you can speak for itself. You have come many times in to fill in the gaps where needed any training. And I think so, once you train us, you never have to train us again. LK, do you want to add something in there?
Yes, just a quick one that there's, as Gleb, you already said that, yes, there is a risk involved, right? But
Hmm.
one thing, that we can guarantee you that the risk is only involved if we are, or anyone is, having access to your data through their software so they can copy that data, right? The
Hmm.
biggest risk in the healthcare is the data, right? We are
Yeah.
not copying any of the data. We don't need that. And, being, in the market, we are not just working with in a specific state or, in a territory. We are nationwide, right?
Hmm.
And there are so many, go to our website, you can check the testimonials. We have video testimonials from our clients, right? And
Hmm.
there are long running clients, right? And they have, hundreds, thousands of patients, hundreds, I would, if not thousands, hundreds of patients on daily basis coming down to
Hmm.
them, right? And that's what we are managing already. And the top risk that any practice has is their back end work, which is, let's say, referrals, eligibilities, and authorizations are not done on time. The patient, now one auth, if that is not done on time, only the hospital do not suffer. It's the patient, it's the finances, it's the staff, all right, and it's the overall the business and the people associated with that business, people doing business with that practice. They all are affected just because of the one auth or one referral or one eligibility not done correctly. So, and that's what we basically eliminate those risks. Risk of
Hmm.
losing patient, losing money, and losing resources.
Hmm. Okay. So you kind of mitigate the risks that are coming from not outsourcing as well. By that's what you
You
kind of
can
trying
call
to
us
say.
the risk
Yeah.
terminators.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. And with I would assume that there's like a lot of companies that are doing outsourcing for many things. There's billing, then there's like I know accounting, there's probably insurance, all this stuff. Um, what should doctors look for? What should practice managers look for when choosing an outsourcing provider to avoid making a mistake?
So, the most important, again, you need to find out what presence they have in US, what kind of a customer success program they have, where they can reach people easily, right? How much dedicated they are with the client, what kind of a contract. For example, we have only 30-day contract that you can cancel anytime. If you wanted to try out something, make sure you feel them, try them, test them, and all. But all those things, one thing is very important is that make inclusive decision with your rest of the staff so they are ready for it. Educate them that it is not a threat to their job, it is the company, the group, the practice is expanding. That's why we are bringing this more help to reduce the cost but increase the efficiency.
Hmm.
So anything else from your side, what the doctor should look when they are selecting any partner?
Two things only, right? The first thing is how reachable their outsourced partner are with them, right? Omer is here,
Hmm.
he's our CEO, right, for all the groups, right? This is our cell phone, right? It's been given to us, and this cell phone has access that this clients can even, get in touch with their duty manager when duty manager is at home,
Hmm.
right? We after hours, the duty manager is available, which is myself, by the way, right? I'm available after hours, I'm available weekends, I'm available Saturdays, Sundays. Apart from, yes, I do take vacation, I do go on vacation, but I'm available, right? That's not the choice. That's an SOP of MD Health Tech,
Hmm.
right? That's the standard of the MD Health Tech. That's why how we maintain our service level agreement. Sometime we receive after our voicemails from our client. We go ahead and address that voicemail, even on the weekends as well,
Hmm.
making sure, and by the way, just to let you know, we are not charging any of our client for the weekends, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is, what is the saving and what are you gaining? The gain is that your in-house staff is getting more efficient. What are you saving? Up to 49% we're talking about. They want to know
Hmm.
how do you do it. Our website is there, mdhealthtech.com. Book a consultation. Lab will be there, I will be there, Omer will be there. We'll let you know how the 49% is. Do your calculation. If you find out, that we are not giving you that exact or our calculation is wrong, okay, don't go with us. But let's give us let's have a word with us. Let us explain it.
Okay, got it. And it is 49. It's not 50%. We're not offering any 50%. We're
No,
capped at 49. We can't go over that limit.
That's the minimum that we promise.
Yeah.
That's the minimum. It can be more than that,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, I'm just joking. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Omar. Thanks, LK, for your time. I'll see you probably next Tuesday then
thank you.
for another topic, for another session. And everybody, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'll see you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.